What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. The king of the LeBron James Extremist Committee and Bronsexuals and Kobe Bryant haters is back at it again. That is no other than Nick Wright. I don't know what's up with this guy. Why he has so much hatred and disdain for Kobe Bryant and keep diminishing his career and putting out false narratives regarding Kobe being Bryant. It's straight up disgusting. And we're going to talk about it. But let's take a look at what he said on First Things First. Let's check it out.
What is the argument for guys such as Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant to be considered better scorers than LeBron James, other than they did it more gracefully and in a prettier fashion? But as far as actually being able to put the ball in the basket, why is LeBron, after tonight or Thursday, not at the very least the second best scorer of all time?
Well, I don't think I'd go second best, but as you said, a lot of people don't even put him in the conversation. And I think you alluded to a good point, Nick. It's the grace. Kobe, Jordan, Kareem with the sky hook, Durant, as smooth as he is as a 7-footer. People think, wow, look how natural it comes to them. And LeBron is like a Mack truck. And so I do think that is part of why people don't view him as a scorer. I also would say this. What's his go-to shot? That's the thing. Like, Kareem obviously had the sky hook. Jordan had the mid-range, arguably the best mid-range shooter ever. Durant is a mid-range assassin. LeBron is not a great jump shooter, not a great three-point shooter. Now, he can drive, obviously, but he really doesn't have that go-to shot. And I think that is one reason people, I'm with you in that. Look, if you score 27 points a game and you do it efficiently, you're a great scorer. Like people ripping Shaq. Oh, Shaq, all he did was dunk. So? Nobody could stop
but here's
it.
the
that makes him a great
here's
scorer.
The thing.
But I would say that the no go-to shot is one thing people probably look at with LeBron.
But I would argue Kobe didn't have a go-to shot.
What?
Kobe tried to, but he wouldn't make them. LeBron's a better three-point shooter than Kobe. And Durant, this is actually a compliment to him. I don't look at him as a single go-to shot. I look at him as anywhere on the court can be his go-to shot. Like, because he's
like a great shooter.
A great shooter from everywhere.
Shooter,
but Jordan developed a go-to shot. We all know it. Kareem obviously did. But it's not. I don't think Kobe had a go-to shot. You seem apoplectic, Wild.
No, I'm not apoplectic.
Jesus
I have a
Christ.
legit question, and I don't want it to come off sarcastic.
I can't.
He's got one scoring title, so I think that hurts.
Let me also state that not too long ago, I put out a video debunking the Kobe Bryant being inefficient narrative and Kobe Bryant just being a poor shooter and a shot jacker and a bricklayer. I put out a video with straight up facts debunking that narrative. And I'll put a link to that video in the description of this video so that you can check it out yourself. But definitely, I think it's worth taking a look at if you don't know or if you have been misinformed about Kobe Bryant's scoring. Nick Wright is a goddamn fucking idiot. I said it. He's a goddamn fucking idiot. I can't stand this guy. I can't stand this guy and how he always provides context only when it suits his argument. He's an absolutely disgusting analyst, and I cannot stand this guy. He is the worst. He is way worse than Shannon Sharpe. Way worse than Shannon Sharpe. At least Shannon Sharpe, to a degree, will give Kobe props. Shannon Sharpe has been on the record saying LeBron, no matter what, ain't no better scorer than Kobe Bryant. Cut it out. Now him and Brew are going back and forth and saying, Brew's like, oh, it's because of how graceful it looks. And I'm like, not so much how graceful it looks, even though it does look more poetic when someone like Kobe or MJ or even Kevin Durant or Tracy McGrady score. It looks better. It's more aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. But pump the brakes. Don't just throw that out like that's the reason why people will continually say Kobe. In this example, we're gonna stick to Kobe. Is a better scorer than LeBron James, even though LeBron James on its face, because people look at just field goal percentage, does it better, shoots it, quote unquote, shoots it better. No, he has a higher field goal percentage than Kobe Bryant. First of all, the reason why the people that know this and understand this say that he's still not a better scorer than Kobe Bryant is because Kobe Bryant was a threat damn near everywhere on the court. Kobe Bryant would give you a more or less consistent percentage everywhere on the court. You could not push Kobe anywhere where he felt uncomfortable. He had 1,010 counter moves to your counter move. His repertoire was ridiculously huge. He could score in so many different ways. Left foot, right foot, left hand, right hand, leaning, fade, drifting, left, right, hook shot, underhand, overhand. You name, there was nothing Kobe Bryant couldn't do. And that is why he was such a workload for defenses to deal with, even though all 5 players of the court were usually zoned in on Kobe Bryant in a way that they do not zone in on LeBron James. I couldn't find a graphic, but there's a graphic, and if I find it, I'll do another video where it breaks down every spot on the court, every zone on the court, what their percentages are. And Kobe was a consistent 45 to 50% inside the 3-point arc. Kobe Bryant was a consistent 45 to 50% in all those areas, more or less, 44 to 50, something like that. I gotta look at the graphic again. Whereas LeBron James is extremely efficient right around the basket, but everywhere else, LeBron James was either average or below league average. You could not do anything with Kobe. You could not push him anywhere. He would score on you no matter what defense, no matter where he was on the court, he was going to get the job done. When Kobe Bryant passed half court, defenses were locked in. When he walked up to the 3-point line, there was a body on him. There was a hand in his face 95% of the time. The only time there wasn't was when there was an obvious defensive collapse. But nobody was sagging off Kobe Bryant. That doesn't exist. Nobody sags off Kevin Durant. Nobody sags off Michael Jordan, because they know he is going to make the bucket. Whereas LeBron James, they know his shooting is sus. They know that LeBron James' jumper isn't all the time. So they're going to sag off, right, and wait for him to go into a shooting motion, then rush him. But they're going to give him the jump shot to see if he's hitting. And then if they're hitting, okay, let's press up on him. But what we don't want LeBron James to do is get to the hole, because that is where he is extremely lethal. And yes, he is extremely lethal. Big body, strong as hell, can finish at the rim. But that was the main thing they were concerned about. They weren't concerned about LeBron James shooting unless he so happened to be on that day, on his jumper. But his jumper was never guaranteed for most of his career. I'm not making this up. That doesn't happen with Kobe Bryant. You better have a hand in his face, a body in his chest the minute he walk up to that 3-point line. You ain't giving Kobe Bryant no open threes. If you actually look at the percentages from Kobe Bryant on open 3-point shots, he shoots a very high percentage, actually. Come on, man. I remember in the 2009 finals run, remember the Orlando Magic faced the Cleveland Cavaliers and they beat them. Then they faced the Lakers in the finals right after that round. And then Coach Van Gundy, pretty sure that was the coach of the Magic back then, right? Yeah. He caught Kobe's defender sagging off of him. He immediately, I think he might have called a timeout, or the next timeout, he pulled the player to the side, which I think was Petrus. And he's like, dude, this is Kobe Bryant. This is not LeBron James. You need to have a body on him at all times. This is not LeBron James. I'm not making that up. That actually happened. Come on, man. What are we talking? That is why they don't consider LeBron James a better scorer than Kobe Bryant. This scoring record is a great testament to LeBron James's adaptability, his ability to train hard for an extended period of time, a testament to his regiment, longevity, ability to stay healthy. And like I said, adapting and continuing to wreak havoc in the paint. Continuing to wreak havoc in the paint as the league has changed, as the league has gotten smaller. It's only become easier for him to score in the paint. Now, even at his advanced age, because of the lack of bigs. Let's put everything in a context, man. He can't score with Kobe being Bryant. At all. At all. Come on, man. And of course his field goal percentage is going to be high as he, thrives inside the paint, right there close to the basket. Big body, strong, flinging people out the way. Absolutely. But make no mistake, Kobe Bryant was a threat from everywhere, whereas LeBron James really wasn't. He wasn't. At all. Cut the nonsense out. And I don't even want to hear about the three-point percentages. Kobe Bryant played more years in the league where three-pointers weren't emphasized as much. LeBron didn't come in until 2003. So all those years from 96, 97, all the way to 2003, Kobe Bryant played more years where three-pointers were not emphasized, which means you only took maybe one three-pointer a game, maybe two three-pointers a game, maybe three-pointers a game. If you weren't a three-point shooter, and if you go 1 for 3, that's your percentage. If you went 1 for 2, that's your percentage. If you went 0 for 1, that's your percentage. It's an average. How many times do we see players today start cold from three-point land, but because they shoot so many threes, they eventually catch fire, and their average or their percentages start to tick up in the game because you're taking 10 a game. There's more opportunity to shoot a higher percentage as opposed to back in the day. Come on, man. Cut the nonsense out, bro. I'm tired of this. And then when Nick Wright is out here talking about Kobe didn't have a go-to move. Are you fucking stupid? For you to say that shows your level of disrespect. And not only to say he didn't have a go-to move, is that when he tried, I don't remember if he mentioned, I don't know if he said he tried to take Jordans. I can't remember, but he said every time he tried his go-to move, he missed it every time or something along those lines. He would miss them all the time. You are a hater, bro. You are an absolute hater. Because that is definitely not true. And I told you I put out another video, and it debunks all the Kobe Bryant inefficient narratives. Cut that shit out. You can go back to Kobe's era, especially in those 2000s, and you look at other star shooting guards, even point guards and small forwards, and tell me how many of them were shooting a better, even baseline field goal percentage, not even looking at true field goal, even baseline field goal percentage. You would think, most people say, oh, Ray Allen definitely shot a better field goal percentage than Kobe Bryant most of his career. Wrong. Tracy McGrady definitely shot a better field goal percentage than Kobe Bryant. Wrong. Paul Pierce definitely shot a better field goal percentage than Kobe Bryant. Wrong. Go look. I don't gotta put the stats up. Go look at it yourself, or go watch my other video. This narrative blows my mind. The defenses were definitely tougher back then. The game was slower. There were less possessions. Kobe Bryant dealt with harder defenses than his contemporaries at the time, at his positions. I'm even throwing in 1-2 and small forward. And he still shot a better career field goal percentage than most of these guys. And on a year-to-year basis, when you compare their year-to-year, Kobe Bryant, most of the time, shot better than them. People that never get the rap for being inefficient. People that never get the rap for being efficient. People that get the rap for being efficient. Most people will say Ray Allen was efficient. Well, I guess Kobe was too, because Kobe shot better than him on that field goal percentage. Come on, man. What are we talking about? That was the era back then. The norm for shooting guards, point guards, small forwards was somewhere between 44 to 50. Most didn't even hit 50. And honestly, the difference between a 45 field goal percentage and a 50% field goal percentage is usually 1 or 2 shots, depending on your volume. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Now, if you want to look at true field goal percentage, because people like to throw this true field goal percentage out, true shooting percentage out, when it fits them. But I noticed they never bring up true shooting percentage with Kobe Bryant, but they bring it up with everybody else. You know why? Because Kobe Bryant has been above league average on true shooting percentage for damn near his entire career. Take a look at this graphic. 1999 through 2000, Kobe Bryant plus 2.3 versus the league average. Next year, plus 3.4 versus the league. Plus 2.4, plus 3.1, plus 3.5, plus 3.4, plus 2.3, plus 3.9, plus 3.6, plus 1.7, plus 0.2, plus 0.7. Was at league average 2011 through 2012 and came back plus 3.5. But conveniently, people don't like to show these things. Since he would always miss shots, right? Tell that to all the teams Kobe Bryant burned on a regular basis. Ask them how many shots he missed. Seriously. What are you talking about, dude? In this graphic here, you can take a look at LeBron James's field goal percentage graphically versus league average from 2003 to 2016. All right, the hotter the color, the more efficient, right? Above league average. The colder the color, the more inefficient. Below league average. The gray is right around average. You can see right in the paint there is where LeBron thrives as a quote-unquote scorer. But when you compare that to all the areas on the court, you can see when it comes to actually shooting and scoring and being a versatile scorer and a pure scorer, LeBron James was at best in some areas slightly above league average over here to the right. But everywhere else, he was either below league average or about average. And extremely cold in some areas. That's from 2003 to 2016. And you can imagine that from 2016 to now, 2023, this probably hasn't changed much. It probably looks the same exact way, more or less. Come on, man. Now let's take a look at Kobe's. Here is Kobe's. From 1996 to 2016, you can see Kobe Bryant has a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow and some nice dark orange there, which means largely in that mid-range area there, he was above average. There was nowhere you could put Kobe where he was uncomfortable. He was going to kill you from anywhere. I'm not making this up. And his coldest areas were baseline 3 and slightly right top of the arc, top of the three-point key. But everywhere else, Kobe was average or above average. Cut the nonsense out, people. Quit with these fake narratives. I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James is not a better scorer than Kobe Bean. And the eye test could tell you everything you need to see. Just watch. Just watch some games. This narrative that, yeah, Kobe Bryant had bad games, but that wasn't the norm. People are crazy, bro. This graphic here shows you how devastating Kobe was in his 2005-2006 season, which I think statistically was Kobe's best season. He was an absolute beast that season, dude. Look at this. Look at this shot chart. From damn near everywhere on the floor, Kobe Bryant was average to way above average. Come on, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I just recently put out a video specifically about this campaign, 2005-2006 season, and there are highlights. You can go check it out. The dude was an absolute monster. Everywhere on the court, unstoppable. And this was the first year where he was completely healthy and didn't have to take a back seat to Shaq. And this is what you got. So you can imagine if Kobe Bryant was let off his leash years before, if Shaq wasn't around, you would have been probably getting performances like this for the last 6 years before this. But he had to take a back seat to Shaq. And hey, they won 3 championships. Give and take, give and take. This is a graphic of Kobe Bryant's last healthy season. So if you remember in the 2012-2013 campaign, they were calling him Vino. We had never seen a player at year 16 look as good as Kobe did. He was tearing the league up. He carried a broken Lakers squad with old Steve Nash and broken Dwight Howard and broken Pau Gasol. Carried them into the playoffs and tore his Achilles in the process. That was the last time we saw Kobe Bryant at somewhere close to the peak of his powers. And this was his shot percentage in year 16. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that red. Look at all that yellow. Not a whole lot of blue there, especially in that mid-range area. That's year 16. I'm so sad he broke his Achilles because I felt like we got robbed of many more years of S-tier Kobe Bryant basketball. That damn Achilles just ruined him. Ruined him. People forget what this guy was doing. And after he came back, people were just saying, Kobe Bryant sucks. Kobe Bryant sucks. Like he just fell off the map. Dude, he had a career-ending injury, basically. And then followed that up, broke his knee, and then came back the year after that, broke his shoulder. Come on, man. And he finally was able to gut out his 20th season, but it took everything out of him. Cut the nonsense out. Nick Wright, you are an absolute piece of shit analyst. You're an absolute hater. Stop spreading these false narratives saying Kobe Bryant didn't have a go-to move. If you want to put it that way, I guess he had 1 billion go-to moves. And then saying that he would miss them all. You're disgusting. And you got all these bronzexuals and LeBron James ball gobblers, ball sack gobblers, freaking double fisting LeBron, slurping him up, just riding around on that wagon with you. Give me a break. Give me a break. Man, I watched Kobe play his whole career. I watched LeBron James play their entire career, game after game after game. And LeBron is not on Kobe Bryant's playing field as a pure scorer, as a scoring threat. Yes, he can dominate in the paint at his size. Absolutely, as he should. Get the ball in the bucket. But he can't score like Kobe. Like I said, go check out my other video. It gets more in depth with the Kobe Bryant, quote-unquote, inefficient narrative. And let me know what you think about it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and I'll catch you on the next one. Fuck you, Nick Wright. We out, baby.